And if you look at the word Babel in Akkadian, that is gateway of the gods, a Babalu,
Right.
and that was more of a technology. A lot of really good things that I agree with that you're talking about. Yes, the Horim are for sure are the Hurrians, and
Mm-hmm.
they're part of the Rephaim, and that when you look at that combination of RAP, you see that with Amarabi or Amarapi, it's
Mm-hmm.
transliterated both sort of ways,
Right. Right.
and right, and you have the Rapiu or the Rapium of, and that would be RPM in the Old Semitic,
Mm-hmm.
out of the Ugaritic texts that were these kings that were actually praying to Baal and Ashtaroth to reproduce more giants, just because they were part of the terrible ones, and the terrible ones, that's the word Eretz. I like to sort of transliterate it with the IM on it as being plural as Ariam, but that's just me. But one of the interesting things in the words of Eretz for the terrible ones, which is a branch, as they're described, of terrible ones in Isaiah 25, um, is that you have several different meanings of being strong, mighty, things like that, but also childless and having struggles with, populating as the definition comes out. And that's one of the reasons why they had to intermingle with humans, because unlike the Nephilim before the flood, they seem to have had this fertility issue, and they're doing fertility rituals in the Ugaritic text to bring Baal and Ashtaroth back to create more of them, because they believe that's who they were created from the Baalim off of Mount Hermon. And in the Ugaritic text, which equates to the passengers, that a bar and crossing over out of Ezekiel
Mm-hmm.
39, these
Travelers.
these travelers, they traveled between both the gods and the demigods. The Rapium traveled not only for funerary rites, but at other times, at certain times of the year, they traveled between the underworld and the earth through these portals and these gateways. So
Hmm.
there's a strong tradition of all of these different kinds of peoples, these kinds of gods, that is consistent throughout the Middle East and the world that's described in the Bible, and that even the Ark account is part of polytheism. Not you can view it as a counterfeit of the Noah story, or you can view it as a giant survival story, because Utnapishtim, Ziazudra, Atrahasis, all the different names for the Sumerian Noah, as they like to call him, he is described in the Epic of Gilgamesh as being two-thirds God and one-third human, just as Gilgamesh is, just as Enkidu is, and just as the Greek Noah, quote unquote, Deucalion, is the son of Prometheus. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
again, you've got the same thing going on there, and those are, whether they're counterfeits or not, are a parallel story of the survival of giants, or you believe that giants are recreated. Polytheism believes both, by the way.